with purpose. It's not always about investing in property. It's about creating cash flow. It's about starting businesses. It's about feeding families. It's about living your why, living your purpose.
Standing here today feels like a full circle moment, a moment that honors not just an award I received, but a journey that reshaped my life, my leadership, and my vision of impact.
I don't think that there is a single one event which captures the imagination of an investor like an event like this.
I want to see people gain confidence and actually be able to invest in properties and really gain a meaningful impact in their lives and be able, with confidence, to come out and invest and get more involved in the economy and create opportunities for themselves.
We're so honored. It's such a privilege for us to continue our partnership that we have with SEPN. We are so proud to be able to see some of the achievements that we have had tonight.
Today was so impactful for me as we launched because we saw different levels of winners from the previous Investor of the Year, from beginners, from newcomers, from youth up to big leagues. For me, it's an inspiration to those that were fearful in entering Investor of the Year.
I want to encourage everybody to enter for the 2026 Investor of the Year and just see how your story can be told to the rest of South Africa.
It is phenomenal. The stories that we hear today, and it's so inspiring that this platform helps entrepreneurs to leapfrog into new opportunities.
I encourage you to really come in and invest and really enter into Investor of the Year because it can really change your life. Just go ahead, take the plunge and get in and register.
The stories of the winners has been awesome. It's inspiring, and that's exactly what SEPN is about. We are very proud to be associated with SEPN as a company, and we look forward to many, many more collaborations moving forward.
Since my journey with SEPN, I've been on a growth path. I have met a lot of people who are also willing to invest in my deals. I have had doors open for me, more opportunities, and I just love being a part of the SEPN community.
It was fantastic to listen to the amazing stories that these category winners and contestants shared with all of us. So this is a fantastic journey.
We are so looking forward to 2026 Investor of the Year. We want to see who's going to take away all the prizes and who's going to be the main champion. So please get your entries ready and submit.
Guys, what an evening here at Villa Bianca, the launch of 2026 Investor of the Year. We have partners, sponsors, previous entrants, even future entrants entering. This is such a great initiative for all South Africans in the property space. So I urge you, take that next step into Investor of the Year, build your profile, because remember, credibility meets opportunity. It's not always who you know, it's who knows you.
Where credibility meets opportunity. A lovely good afternoon, ladies and gents, and welcome to the Investor of the Year, more round one judging from the Investor of the Year competition. Ladies and gents, let me know down below. I see there's a couple of people joining us from our YouTube as well as our Facebook groups. Please let me know where you're joining me from Cape Town, Johannesburg, PE. Please let me know down below where you are joining me from. Ladies and gents, a little bit about myself. My name is Daniel Kazadi. I'm a judge for this session for the Investor of the Year competition. And on a day-to-day, I'm a full-time property investor and property developer. And my journey started in a similar room, ladies and gents, where I attended one of the Investor of the Year sessions we had in the past, where the overall winner was Dana Bonzai. But hearing his story and how he went about starting his journey and all the beautiful things was the wake-up call I needed to start investing in property. For those of you that do not know of the said competition, that this is the 5th edition we are running for the Investor of the Year competition. We started back in 2018, where we had none other than Mr. Robin Booth, who was the overall winner, with a phenomenal Airbnb deal down in Cape Town. In 2019, ladies and gents, it was none other than Dana Bonzai who won the said competition with a student accommodation opportunity. In 2021, it was the first, very, very one of the most influential and inspirational winners, who was Mr. Darren Francis. 2024, we had Patricia Chitema, our first female winner, win the competition, and we are all systems go towards the 19th of September, where you get your opportunity to be one of the winners. I see a couple of people have started messaging. How's it going, Jerome, Taki? For this year's competition, ladies and gents, there's 7 categories. So there's beginner, intermediate, and big league category. And once you do enter, what we do, ladies and gents, you get judged not against people that are doing bigger deals or have big, long experience. You will be judged in the same category as the type of deal you're doing. So either beginner, intermediate, or big leagues. And then there's multiple subcategories that you will be entered into. But for today, ladies and gents, we are doing more round 1 judging. We've got 3 individuals that have done property deals throughout the country that will be sharing their deals and the like. So if you do want to enter the competition entry closes soon, ladies and gents. Entry close at the end of July. We will no longer be taking more round 1 entrances. So you do have only a few days to enter the said competition, and entry ends end of July. If you do want to enter, ladies and gents, please scan the QR codes on your screen or visit our website at www.investoroftheyear.co.za and you get a chance to enter. A special thank you to our headline sponsor and partner, Absa Bank. They've come on board with us to go around South Africa and hear all of your stories, because this is the main reason we do Investor of the Year. Yes, there is the profitability part and there is the deal-making side of things that we do want you to tell. However, we want to be celebrating ordinary South Africans doing some beautiful things in the property sector by hearing your story. A special thank you to Absa for believing in our vision and coming on board the competition. Ladies and gents, if that does not get you motivated to enter the competition, I'd like to share that the main winner for the competition this year wins a cash prize of 100,000 Rand in cash, the biggest in the Investor of the Year history. And you get a chance to win it all for yourself, not your share, the full 100,000 Rand. A special thank you to all of our other partners and sponsors that have come on the journey together with us, from BSA Law to Tile Africa to the SA Property Network, Absa Bank, Mustandi, Tough Capital, Lightstone, Zweshu, Business Partner, SA Host, Framework Integrated Solutions. Ladies and gents, if you would like to connect with any of these partners and sponsors, they all play a part of being part of your power team. If you are looking to invest in property, you can send us an email and we will gladly connect you to any one of them. And the winner, ladies and gents, also gets a weekend away at Bakubang Beach Lodge, which is a luxurious stay for 2. Sponsored by one of our partners. However, ladies and gents, we've been taking you through the journey from the start of the year, from last year, round 1 judging. If you would like to actually attend the gala dinner on the 19th of September, it will be happening at Maslow Hotel in Sandton. Tickets and spaces are limited, ladies and gents, and they're going to sell out quickly. Please scan the QR code on your screens right now, or you can send us an email at support@sapropertynetwork.com or alani@sapropertynetwork.com. I'm going to post it in the comment section down below, and I will give it to you guys a bit later on. But enough of me talking on, ladies and gents. Like I said, for today, what we are doing is round 1 judging, and I've got few judges together with me to sort of enjoy the entire journey with you, and that will be judging the contestants as well. So I'd like to introduce the judges for the session today. We're going to start with none other than Mr. Samukelo Ndlovu, who is a finance specialist at 360 Finance. Sam, do you want to introduce yourself? Who's at 360 Finance for those that do not know?
100%. Thank you so much, Daniel, and welcome to everybody that is joining us today. Just a brief overview of myself. My name is Samuel Ndlovu, and I will be one of your judges today during this session. And just a bit of a background about myself is that I do head up the finance division within the SA Property Investors Network, and we are partnered with at 360 Finance, where we help investors within the network get finance for their property deals, whether it's residential, commercial, industrial. There's many different elements that we can cater for, but my side, my speciality is around property finance. So that's pretty much in a nutshell. That is me, and I am looking forward to hearing the stories and the deals that the contestants are bringing on board today. Hey, very excited.
Awesome. Thank you, Sam from 360 Finance. And then the next one is none other than Mrs. Colette Swiggers, an attorney at BSA Law. But Colette, do you want to quickly introduce yourself for the guys?
Hi, everybody. My name is Colette Swiggers. I am an attorney conveyancer and notary with Bruno Simao Attorneys. We basically deal with property investors and property transactions, commercial transactions, commercial contracts, tax, restructuring, and just a quick background on myself. Been in the industry for a very long time. I've seen it all. Been in the banking sector for about 4 years. Been in the conveyancing or the property industry for about, accumulated about 21 years. So I'm very excited to be part of this journey and the transactions and the real matters that's been before us and where we've judged looks absolutely amazing. So looking forward to this run and see what the contestants have for us today. So yes, I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Colette. So, ladies and gents, those are the judges for the session today. As discussed, there's 3 contestants. We're going to bring them out one after the other. They're going to get 15 minutes to go through the entire presentation. When they need me to go to the next slide, they'll just say, next, Daniel. But you as attendees, ladies and gents, you can, in the comment section down below, you can ask any questions you would want us to pose to the contestants. And the first contestant, ladies and gents, we're going to bring up is Karen. Karen, how's it going, my brother?
Hi, Daniel. Good, and you?
Bless, my brother. So perfect, my bro. So we're going to start your presentation. When you need us to go to the next slide, you can let us know. But your 15 minutes starts now. Thanks, my bro.
Okay, cool. Hi, everyone. Is the next slide, please? Yeah. So I'm Kieran Reddy. Recently got into the real estate world. Quite recently, actually. I've only owned a property for about a year now. I found this deal. It took me over 2 years of going to viewings every week to try and find this deal. A couple of times I kind of not forgot, but lost the motivation to find it. But I kept going back because I really knew I wanted to be in property. And it took me 2 years to find this property. And I found it when I was 22 years old, was actually when I put the purchase price in for this property. So I was quite young when I did it. And it was a really great feeling when I bought the property and took ownership and actually started using it and putting it to work and making money for me. It's a short-term accommodation property that it is in Sandton, right across from Rivers Church. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit that has made a good amount of money for me in the last year. And yeah, can you go to the next slide, please, Daniel? Thank you. So here's the property. This is the one I've put everything in place in there, designed everything there myself. Found a lot of great deals trying to put together the whole space. This is just the main living room area. It's quite a big space. It is has a great view of the Sandton skyline from it, and it is just outside of the Sandton skyline. It is in Morningside based. The property is, can we go to the next slide, please? Thank you. Yeah, so the purchase price for the property was 1.1 million. It was actually an insane deal because most properties in this complex, when they were first selling, sold for about 1.9. And the average price now for a sale on that property is about 1.5 to about 1.6. So immediately after purchasing it, I had a equity plus of about 500,000. The deposit of funding structure, I used put about 100,000 in, and I got a full bond for the rest of it. in my personal name because I was using it as a primary residence, tax purposes. And the average cash flow now is about 20,000 Rand a month. I have had a high month of about 28,000 Rand, which was, that was probably the most I've ever made with the property. It is my first property, so I kind of expected to make a significant loss actually from starting, but I was actually break even from the first month. And it was during a slow month. I took transfer of the property, and after all the renovations, I started in winter, which, as we know, in the hospitality industry, it's the slow months. So from the winter, I actually had quite a profitable winter period for it. My ROI is about 21% on this property to start, which I was very lucky for this one. I won't even lie. It's not something that you get very often as a first property, especially at such a high ROI. And at such a young age, because I've had the property for about a year. So I started when I was 22. All funded through salary. I do have a corporate job. Thank you, Daniel. That's about everything from us.
Cool, my brother. Firstly, congratulations. And it's quite inspiring that we have such an influx of young individuals doing some beautiful things in the property space. I'd like to open up the floor to the judges for questions, but before they go, I just wanted to ask a question. What do you do on a day-to-day, my brother?
Day-to-day, I'm a service delivery manager for a hardware tech company.
Okay, it sounds demanding. Hey, how do you find time to balance the side hustle? Because you mentioned you do Airbnb, right?
Yeah. So because I'm in tech, I've managed to automate a lot of my processes. So I actually spend probably less than maybe 2 hours a week managing my property in its entirety, because I've managed to automate everything with regards to it. So that was quite nice. I kind of combined both of my interests with property and tech to make it as easy as possible for me to manage it. Sometimes it sounds bad. Sometimes I forget I have it, and I remember when the money comes into my account, I'm like, oh, okay. I remember about it now. Yeah, it's gotten quite. Yeah, but as in the beginning, it was a bit more hectic because I didn't know what I was doing. I had to learn everything from the start and try and figure it out. But I did go to a lot of courses and trainings and things to learn how to do Airbnb and learning about properties and seeing how it goes. And I do have a mentor in the property space now that has been helping me a lot with managing it and updating everything. Yeah.
No, awesome. So I'd like to maybe open the floor. Sam, Colette, any questions?
Just a few questions from my side. Just for one, I just want to say congratulations. This looks amazing. Dan, do you mind just going back to the numbers slide, if you don't mind? Okay. So in respect of the furniture, I see that you've got deposit or funding structure.
Mm-hmm.
Does the deposit and funding structure, was that the deposit for the purchase price, or was that for the furniture and
that was the deposit for the property, just for the property price, for the purchase price. Yeah.
And then the additional cost for the furniture?
That would have been 70,000.
70K. Okay. Yeah. And tell me, how did you, and which entity did you register the company in, or in the property in?
Yeah, so since it was my first property, I registered under my name, so I could got all the discounts on first property with the discounts on loans and all of those fees and everything with the lawyers. So it's registered in my own name. Also as a primary residence for tax purposes. My second property, which I'm waiting for transfer now, actually, is in my company name. But that one I couldn't enter because I haven't taken transfer of it yet. Yeah.
Okay, tell me, what is your obviously from the Airbnb side, is it in your personal name under Airbnb, or are you renting it to your company, or how's the structure?
So for now, for the year that I've had it, it's been in my personal name, not rented to my property. But now with the new property that's coming in my company name, I've put a rental structure in there that I'm renting it to my company.
Okay. So at this point, you've been receiving the income in your personal capacity?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then also all expenses have been, as this thing doesn't have, it has also a gross profit. Every expense and every profit I've taken has been going straight into the mortgage. I've paid down 60,000 to the principal in the first year, yeah, and about 40,000 to the loan, to the interest.
Okay. What is your plan for this property?
So for right now, I've scaled up. My plan was to scale it, so I bought another property in the same complex to scale it, so I can benefit from scale with the cleaners and all of that. And my plan is to hopefully get it as well. Obviously, after the loan payment, everything is just to have a cash flow as high as I possibly can get it, and then not live off of it, but use that cash flow to help fund other properties.
Okay.
And then grow the Airbnb business as much as I can.
So tell me quickly, just 2 more questions from me, and then I can give it over to Sam. Did you, how did you do your due diligence when you were looking at this property?
So when I was doing the due diligence, so Airbnb doesn't have like there's an AirDNA, which is an app that lets you look at average prices in the area, but that was not very useful for me. So what I would do is, I'm giving away my secrets here, but it's fine. I would go onto the Airbnb app and look through all the areas that I wanted to participate in. So the Bryanston, Morningside, Sandton areas, and compare the top listings, similar listings of 2 beds, because I was looking for a 2-bed apartment, 2 beds and 1 beds. And I'd look at all the occupancy. So I have an average occupancy rate of 70%. I have a high occupancy of 95% on a few of my months, but it averages out to about 70%. So I was looking at the occupancy rates for all of the properties in the areas to see which one had the highest occupancy rates, and then looked at their average nightly rates. And I would take that all into account and see, okay, this area was doing the best. That's the area I'll look into. So at the time, it's changed a little bit now recently, but at the time when I was looking through it, Morningside was doing the best in terms of nightly rate to average occupancy. And that I just do manually by going onto the Airbnbs, looking, okay, this Airbnb is booked out for 60% of the month, 50% of the month, so on and so forth. And that's how I'd find each area, and I'd quantify it like that in terms of what's the best one for me to go into.
Okay. And did you do a due diligence in respect of the body corporate where you bought the property in?
Yeah, so I did get all of the documents and stuff beforehand for it. Okay, it sounds bad. This body corp did have a lot of issues. That's the nice thing about the previous body corp. So they moved into a new body corp. Actually the same month I took transfer was when the new body corp was taking over. And the previous body corp is the reason actually why the price went down quite significantly. But because my property was the second last block that was built, it is essentially the last 2 blocks were built at the same time. So mine and the next block were the newest ones in the complex. So they have the least affected by the bad body corp that was there before. But it does benefit that the price was significantly dropped because of the bad body corp previously. But since the new body corp has taken over, there have been a lot of upgrades. There's been extra upgrades to backup water. They're planning new paint and all of that within the recent months. So the property price is really starting to go up again.
Okay. And there hasn't been restrictions regarding short-term accommodation?
No, the complex, this is why I looked at this complex specifically. At the beginning of the complex, it's actually run by another company that does short-term rentals. Okay. So in the front, so there will never be a thing of them limiting short-term rentals, because I did run into that problem in a lot of complexes that I tried to go into. But this one, because they operate that as one of their main sources of income for the Body Corp and Innovate Spaces, which is the company that runs the short-term rentals in the beginning of the place, they won't ever shut down short-term rentals.
Okay. All right, Sam, I don't know if you've got any questions before I take over all the space.
No, brilliant. I think you covered them for the most part. And again, congrats on your deal. Hey, a very nice one to start off with. But just my question is pretty simple. As mentioned, Khaled covered them for the most part. And it seems as if you do have the plans to iron a few things out, as in like getting the income into the company, which also helps from a tax perspective. So from your side, just from a exit strategy point of view, obviously since you bought it below market value and whatnot, you could easily sell it at market value in case Airbnb doesn't work for whatever reason. But just from a second exit, if you were to rent this property out long term, would you be break even, positive, or where would you stand? Have you ran your numbers on that?
Yeah, so I have actually gotten a lot of inquiries for a long-term rental. I have real estate agents calling me weekly, trying to get it rental out. But I've got a lot of corporate actual action for it. So there's been a lot of corporates that have been asking me to rent it out and everything. I'm not in the region of doing for long-term rentals because my short-term rentals make a lot more cash flow than the long-term. But from the inquiries I've got, it would also become cash flow positive with any long-term rentals. And there is a lot of long-term rentals in the area.
Okay. No, that's brilliant. That's brilliant to hear. No, that's it from my side.
Awesome. I think, yeah, in closing, my brother, some advice, some advice. Congrats once more,
Thank you.
Like I said, brilliant, inspiring, and motivating to see what you're doing. My advice is on that body corporate, please become a trustee, without any doubts. You want to make sure that as a trustee, you're influencing any rules and future rules that the body corporate sets. And you can only do that from a position of power, and ensure that you stay on top of everything. So the second one is with regards to your structure. Please just do a consultation. There's 5 essential elements you need when choosing the right structure. Yes, the financing benefits of buying it in your personal names, taking advantage, things like flips and discounted rates from the different banks. But please, financing is just one of 5 pillars you need to look at, from the tax efficiency and getting moved into a higher bracket because you're making money. From an estate planning point of view, you're quite young, right? And I have no doubt you're going to build an amazing net worth and pool of assets. You just need to make sure no matter what happens to you, your assets are protected and your loved ones do not have to pay the price of paying duties and paying between 30 to 40% to inherit it, to the admin complexities. And the fifth one, I just slips my mind, but please make sure that you iron those things out. So ladies and gents, that was Keegan. Thank you so much, my brother. So ladies and gents, we are going to go live next week, Wednesday, to announce whether he has made it past round number 1. So please come attend next week. When I do go live next week, Wednesday, I'll be announcing who from Cape Town, as well as this batch, ladies and gents, makes it to round number 2. So Keegan, thank you so much, my brother. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Wait, sorry, Daniel, can I mention one last thing?
Awesome.
It's quite a funny thing that happened. The second I took ownership of it, I actually got my rates with the government brought down for COJ, and I got it down about $1,000 compared to the valuation, like almost immediately. Yeah, so that was quite nice, because it was the government valued it at 1.9 million. I got it devalued down to 1.1 because of the OTP and everything, and because of the second property OTP also that I had sent through as evidence. They've devalued it down. And so I saved about, and actually they gave me back a rebate of all the ones I paid in the beginning. That little division is quite a fun. Yeah,
you don't see this 1.6 on your screen now.
Yeah, I do.
Thanks, my brother. Super
Thank
inspiring.
you.
So, ladies and gents, that is Keegan. Please, if you want to see him through to the next round, you can also vote, and the polls will be out. So, ladies and gents, we're going to go to the second investor that will be presenting, which is none other than Mr. Ali. Mr. Ali, are you with us? Can you hear us?
Yes, good afternoon, team. I'm right here.
Perfect, sir. So just like Ian, you're given 15 minutes to go through your presentation. And after 15 minutes, we're going to come in for judges' questions and stuff. For everyone that is watching online, you get a chance to ask any questions to Mr. Ali that we will bring up. Sir, your time starts now. When you need me to go to the next slide, you can just say next slide, hey?
Sure. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ali, and I've just joined the Sapin family around October last year, and going through my education with the Sapin team, working through the different strategies. I then came across another short-term rental investor by the name of Peter. He, in one of our coaching classes, he indicated that he needed a an angel investor, and because he wants to scale his property portfolio in short-term rental. I was there at the time. I had a chat with him. We spoke about it. We gelled together very, very well, and we decided to join forces together in a joint venture on short-term rental accommodation. We then went through our first deal that fell through, as we had lots of pressure from the owner that wanted us to sign immediately, and we weren't happy with the terms and conditions. We then found another property within the next 3 weeks, and that was an even better property, and that's where we are now. That was around the early May sometime, and then towards the end, the middle of May, signed the agreement. End of May, we actually started our Airbnb in Sandton Fourways. And within the 2.5 month space, we managed to get to superhost status with gold guest favorite, which is consistent, continuous 99% of the time, full 5-star ratings from guests. Our guests are really happy with where they live, and you can definitely see from their reviews how they enjoy the experiences within our Airbnb unit. Yes, it is one. Yes, it is only for the past 2.5 months. We're still within our 3 months. We already within the first month we made a small little profit. However, I'm not calculating and expecting huge amounts of profits within the first 3 months. However, in the next 6 months, or especially after the third month, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot more profit on the unit. And it's been an amazing 2.5 months experience. Me personally, I do have quite a bit of long-term rental experience, 29 years of buy-to-let experience, 35 years of SME entrepreneurial experience, 30 years of local international corporate experience. So I bring all of that to my JV with my partner, Peter. And both of us together, we form a well-oiled engine. And we're doing extremely well so far. You can move on to the next slide, please. Thank you. These are the pictures. I know they're a bit small at this stage. So on the left, you can see the before pictures. This particular unit, so I didn't actually mention that we're doing a rent to rent. So we don't own this unit. We've rented the unit from an owner. The previous owner that had this unit was doing a Airbnb, but it wasn't in a very good condition, and I don't think he was doing too well. Therefore, he's decided to let it out. We took it over, and the middle section shows pictures of during our renovation time, and the pictures to the right shows what it looks like currently now. We can move on to the next slide. Thank you. In terms of the numbers, we're currently renting the unit for 13,500. Our deposit, normally in terms of the deposit, when you do a rent to rent from an owner for Airbnb especially, they often want 2, 3, 4, 5 months upfront deposit. That is because it's a risk to them in terms of damage, etc., etc. However, we've managed to negotiate just 1 month. I think the owner, at this stage, after we sharing our story with them and where we come from in Sapin, etc., they were willing to say that, look, these guys know exactly what they're doing. Both myself and Peter with our experiences, and Peter with his other Airbnb unit, the owner and the agent was pretty happy to just allow us for 1 month rental. So that was excellent on our side to just get that deposit. The renovation costs. So even though the unit was fully furnished, we didn't appreciate the cutlery and the decor that was there. So we had to, and also the linen. So we had to purchase. We decided to purchase some of the new items, that was about say 20 or 30% we put in, and that was around 60,000 rand. was for the new items that we decided to purchase. The total cost with rental and deposit landed us to day one around the 91,000 rand, and that was on 1st of June, somewhere 1st of May, 1st of June, so our cash flow currently on the first month was around 2,000 rand with an ROI of, well, I put it as 2,000 rand, but that's not really ROI. We're looking at an annual profit of over 200,000 rand once we complete our first year. Can move on to the next slide. Yep, and that's my deal.
Awesome, Mr. Ali. That's so cool. That is so cool. Good to see the Sappin boys, Peter and the likes, doing a joint venture and growing their portfolio. I think it's quite beautiful, quite phenomenal. I think my question to you before I let any of the judges come through. So obviously, Mr. Ali, I kind of know the story. And talking earlier today, we were talking of how important it is that this competition goes past the numbers, right? Goes past property itself and talks to investors and their stories. I sort of want to understand why are you doing this, Ali? What are you looking to achieve? Why are you investing in property? I mean, it's not easy. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of risk we open ourselves up to. What are you trying to achieve on your property journey?
So my property journey, the reason why I've gone into property, it's a long story, and the universe will push you into different things, and you need to take on those challenges. However, my experiences tell me that property, I enjoy property because it allows you the freedom, and it allows families the freedom to enjoy their life better. Also to leave a legacy for their families. But just having all of those are fantastic words, and but if you got the right education, you can do really amazing things within your wealth strategies using property. So it all depends. I believe it's all dependent on your education. However, to answer your question, I enjoy property because I enjoy what it actually offers families.
Oh, that's beautiful. Awesome. I'll open up to the rest of the judges.
Sam, do you want to go ahead?
Sure, no problem. Ali, congratulations to both you and Peter. But just one quick question. It will be around how you guys structured the JV. Is it through a company, or is it somewhat of an agreement between you and Peter, or did you formalize it in that manner?
We've used the Sappin family, BSA Law, to support us in our JV. Multiple discussions. Our consultant is one of the judges, Colette, our very good friend Colette. However, being the consultant and being the judge, there's no influence on me moving over to the next stage here, whatever it may be. So it's purely judging here. However, we're getting a lot of support from the BSA Law team. Thank you very much for that. In terms of the company, yes, we've got a very smart way of actually doing this, getting guidance from our accountants. This particular one here, because it's our first one, we're using it's called a sole proprietor partnership company. That's our vehicle.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks
the
for
basic bank account and the financial structures follows that same paradigm.
Okay, brilliant. No, that's it from my side.
Okay, just congratulations, Ali. It looks really, really amazing. So I just quickly wanted to ask you, what have you done when you looked at the property? What steps did you take for your due diligence? Did you check zoning? Did you check, if all the necessary health and safety things are in place? And also, if there is a backup strategy, what would it be?
Yep. So for sure, myself and Peter, we've definitely we went through a lot of numbers to the best of our ability. Also because my business partner Peter has got a unit in this very same complex. It was easier to take this particular unit on, even though the rental numbers is not exactly the same. However, the final numbers is more or less in the same region. This particular complex, they've got about 30 or 40 Airbnb units already in there. The owners of these Airbnb units are also sitting as trustees, even though Peter and I are not trustees. I'm very familiar with body corporates and so forth. With my other properties, I'm actually a chairman and a trustee on many of my body corporates. I understand how this works. So I'm able to talk to them about the things that I like and don't like, etc., and influence them as well. In terms of safety and security, brilliant. This complex is great. You'll see from feedback from our guests how safe they feel within this complex and how they enjoy it as well. Sorry, I hope from a safety and security perspective, that is, I was answering that question. Or were you asking me a different
So,
question?
in respect of the health and safety features, do you have a fire extinguisher? Do you have, if there's a step, did you say mind the step? Things like that in the unit.
We definitely have safety kits in there, and we definitely have a lot of items that help. We don't have fire extinguishers yet. Well, thank you very much for reminding us about that. We don't have a fire extinguisher. However, we've got a lot of safety kits and smoke detectors and so forth in the unit.
Okay. Anything from you, Dan? I think Daniel might be stuck.
Sorry, I'm not sure it's me only, but Daniel. Sorry, Daniel, I'm just struggling to hear you.
Okay. So
Daniel,
I think
you can't hear me.
having a
I'm inside an internet service provider.
All right, we just have a small glitch. So our internet, the internet is not always reliable, unfortunately. But Ali, thank you so much. This looks absolutely fantastic. We will definitely, we will let you know if you are going through to the next round. I don't have any other questions, but it looks really amazing, and the fact that you are using, your power team, it really shows when you pulled this together in a very short amount of time.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think I could have done that on my own. I had a discussion yesterday with my son just to add some extra things, and could I have done this on my own? And the answer is no. One of the things that we believe in SAPN is that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. This is the line that you'll hear all the time during our education, during our coaching sessions, etc. And one of the best, and my power team, I've got an amazing power team from SAPN, and one of them is right here, Colette, together with Andrew and the rest of the team. But I thank you guys immensely for taken me from where I was to where I am now. But also on my Airbnb, I've got a good power team, my cleaning team. I've got Peter there on the side to support me in a lot of different things, and I support him as well. And we got these handymans and all of that. So having a good power team is so important in a property portfolio and adventure.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm not too sure when Daniel is going to be back. I think he's struggling with net connectivity. But yes, thank you so much.
All of the best.
Awesome. I'll just quickly wait for
Good
Daniel
luck
to
to the
come
rest
back.
of the entrance.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Do we jump off now or do I stay on?
So I think you can go. Let's just get Daniel back on.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Ali. Appreciate you coming on today.
Sure.
Okay. That was absolutely amazing, Sam. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's just see if we can get Daniel back up. Sometimes you have to. There we go. Hi, Dan.
Hey, so sorry. Not sure. We're not live anymore.
Hold on a second. Yes, we're live.
Awesome. So apologies for that. You guys can still hear me, hey?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, ladies and gents, that was Mr. Ali. So we've got one more contestant that is coming up right now that I'm going to bring forward, which is Miranda. I'm not sure if we would be able to hear us. Miranda, can you hear us? Okay, one more check. Miranda, can you hear us? Geez, I'm not sure what's happening. It seems like we might have an internet connection problem or some problem with Miranda. Ladies and gents, what we will do is we are going to have Miranda present at next week's session because we can't hear her or see her. She was in the background. Unfortunately, we do have to cut it off. So I'd like to maybe start off with thanking the judges. So thank you so much, Colette. Thank you so much, Sam. Do you guys want to let us know where we can find you for those that are looking to connect with BSA Law or conveyancers that are on your side that are experienced property investors? Where can they find you, Colette?
Okay, so they can find me. They can send me an email at colette@brunosamellaw.co.za, or they can contact our offices, Bruno Samel Attorneys. We are also on, WebView. They can also go to the website. But yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Colette and Sam.
Thank you so much, Daniel. And on my side, if you are an existing SAPIN member, you can connect with me through any of the groups or the appropriate SAPIN channels, whether it's support at sapropertynetwork.com or directly at sam@sapropertynetwork.com. That would be where you can reach out to me just for a quick conversation.
For all your financing needs, ladies and gents, you can reach out to Sam and the team at 360 Finance. Ladies and gents, as we close off, just a reminder that the overall winner for this year's competition will be winning a cash prize of 100,000 Rand in cash, and you're not sharing with everyone. You guys are probably watching this on our Facebook and YouTube page. Please drop a like on this video, number one. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please follow our page at Investor of the Year on Facebook to keep in touch with any announcements and every single thing you need. Ladies and gents, we are wrapping or closing down or winding down and going towards the 19th of September, which is the actual Investor investor competition. Ladies and gents, you can buy your tickets. But for those still looking to enter the competition, there's one more opportunity. Entry closes at the end of July, but we are having an in-person judging session in Johannesburg. If you do want to attend, it's going to be on the 6th of August at the Buzz, and we'll send you all the information and announce it closer to the time. If you are a partner looking to partner up with the said competition and align your brand with some of the leading experts and brands in the property sector, like Absa Bank, like Tal Africa, like Business Partners and Tough, ladies and gents, please drop us an email at alani@sapropertynetwork.com to get all the details for sponsorship. And you can also buy yourself a ticket for the actual evening, ladies and gents, by scanning the QR code on your screens right now or going to our website. Tickets are limited. But ladies and gents, that is all from me. I hope to see you guys next week to find out who has made it through to round number 2. Thank you so much.